Hi everyone, this is Megan Wallace, 6th grade at Sandrini. I just wanted to quickly go over a couple different ways that you can use Benchmark Universe online. I know that one of the ways that we use it is with our small groups, especially with the leveled readers. So I am on my grade level, grade 6. Right now we're going to be starting Unit 4 in a couple weeks, so I'm preparing for that. So one of the things that I wanted to show you was that if you go ahead and you scroll down to where they have the small group text and resources, depending on what book you're going to be using for your kids, you can select it. And once you are in, you can edit these. So I will create a customization. You can pretty much name it whatever you're going to be using it for. Like I said, I use these for my small group rotations. So once you have it saved, you're going to be in this edit mode. You'll know you're in edit mode because you're going to have that blue checkered background. Now here is where you can, go through your different pages. What I typically do with my team is we will go through and kind of identify any vocabulary we want the students to know ahead of time. Any comprehension questions we will add as well. So over here is going to be your tools. You can have an eraser, a pen, a highlight. Here I'm going to go ahead and use a text box. So what I could have is I will add it here. I can change the font color, and then I can ask, once my students have read this page, summarize the main idea of pages 2 to 3. And they can either type it in here under their close reading notes in their own copy, or they can have it on a piece of paper as well, just depending on how you run your groups. So that is one way that you can edit these. You can input the questions right into the books. You can highlight certain words. If I want them to pay attention to that word, or even if I wanted them to identify that word, that might help as well. Another thing I would like to point out to you is this teacher resources up here. This is where you can find your question cards and your close reading. So a lot of times I will use this actually to get my questions, any comprehension questions I want my students to answer as they're working through their book. So if you go ahead and scroll down, you'll see the different questions. It'll tell you basically the topic of the question, whether it's central idea, summarize. Sometimes they'll have the context clues. You click here, you can flip for the answer that the student should be getting you, and then it'll give you some details as well, for example, where they should have found their answer. So these are super helpful, especially when going through the small readers, just to kind of know what students should be looking for. But other than that, play around with it. It's easy to get the hang of it. It will save. You can click done. And then when you want to assign it, you can see that your copy is saved right under here. And then you could add to assignment and pick your specific students that you would like it to go to.